Good evening to all, and today we are going to see for loop and while loop. We start with basics, okay? Let's move on to the screen. Yeah. Okay, we'll start with for loop, and for loop is used to iterate your list, tuple, and string, and whatever range you want, you can iterate using for loop, right? If I have 10 values in my or 10 elements in my list, you can iterate your 10 elements in 10 loops using for. Okay, so let's see a couple of examples for that. And here I'm going to create one list. Here I give 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 and 9. So here I have 9 elements, right? So, and here is a list. We have 9 elements, right? So then I'm going to print this, so using for loop. Okay, so here in for loop, here you can give your temporary variable what name you want. I'm going to give num. Okay, then have to give in. After that, what variable or what list or what tuple or a string you are going to pass, you have to give here. Okay, here I'm going to pass a list. Okay, so after that you have to give your indentation mark. Okay, so then just hit enter. So you can see here, and this is indentation. Okay, the cursor will appear in after the tab, right? So uh, here I'm going to print num. Okay, so the now the print is in for loop. uh, if I remove this, if I delete the indentation, now the print statement is of the loop, right? So the indentation denotes the print is still in for loop. Okay, so it can give your logics, or you can type a number of lines in here. Okay, so all are in for loop. Then if you want to print outside the loop, you have to give here. Okay, like this. Okay, so now we have 9 values in a. Okay, so each the for loop runs 9 times. If we have 15 values in a, the for loop runs 15 times. Okay, it runs 15 times. Okay, so in each time a single element that has been stored in num. Okay, in first loop we have one. Okay, so one that is stored in num, and in second loop we have two, and in third loop num has three, and fourth loop num has four and five, and to the ninth loop num has nine. Okay, so I run this, I get 1 to 9. In last I had it returns 2 9, because here I give two print, and one is inside the loop and another one is outside the loop. Okay, so uh, in each loop the value has reassigned in uh, num variable. Okay, so in first loop I have 1, and by the last loop I have 9 in num. Okay, so that's why it prints 9. Okay, so and from 1 to 9 this prints works, and after that this print will it prints 9. Okay. Now I remove this. So you can give your own variable name instead of now. Sorry, instead of num. Here you can give Jelly or Sam, whatever the name you want. Okay. You have to change here. Then I print this. I get 1 to 9. Okay. So it can. If now I want to print my name or my friend name in 9 time. You can give here like you have to pass like this. Okay. So because the for loop runs 9 times, you can print or you can use any logic to perform 9 times in this for loop. Okay. So I run this, I get Shankar in 9 times. Okay. So you can also use uh, underscore instead of temporary variable. So if you are not going to use the temporary variable in your rest of the coding or rest of program, you can use underscore. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to use your temporary variable in any line of your coding, you can use your you can declare your temporary variable here. Okay. So and also you can pass strings here. Okay. So in Shankar, totally 6 characters in there. Okay. So now I run this, I get 6 Shankars. Okay. So I can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Here I have 6 Shankars. Okay. And also, so now we going to print the squares of the above list. Okay. So I'm going to calculate the square of each element in A. Okay. So here I pass A, and I'm going to give one more variable name C. Then here I am going to store my value. Okay. So here you have to pass num because you have to print your square square root sorry squares with each element, right? So in here you have to pass them because in first loop we have 1, and second loop we have 2, and third loop we have 3. Okay. In each number you can calculate by uh, passing this temporary variable. Okay. Then after that you have to print it, right? Here I'm going to print C. Then I give shift enter. You can see here. So 1 square is 1, and 2 square is 4, and 3 square is 9, and 4 square is 16, and 5 square is 25, and 9 square is 81. Okay. So you can also have an option to print uh, the square root like list. Okay. So here the iteration happen will occur in each loop. So that's why we are getting output like this. Okay. So here I'm going to declare one more empty list. Okay. Then here I'm going to append a num value into B. Okay. So in each loop, the C log in here. Okay. So the C gets values from num double star 2. Okay. They get it calculates the square root value and stores into C. After that, here I'm going to append the C into B. Okay. So like B dot append inside the parenthesis, it can give you C. Okay. Then here I give print B. Then after that, uh, in outside I have to print the B. Okay. So now we can see in each loop what happened in B. Then after the loop completion, you can see what is the element, what are the elements has been appended in B, okay, in B variable. So I run this, I get, so you can see clearly here in first loop uh, we have 1, so 1 square is 1, then the 1 is append to B, so B is empty, so we have a here the C value is appended, so we have 1 in B, then after that the 2, after that the second value is 2, so num has 2, so here we the 2 squares is 4 and 4 is stored in C, then C appended to B, so we have 4 1 comma 4, and third we have 1 comma 4 comma 9, and finally we have the entire list, okay. So we have entire list uh, here, okay. Then so we're going to see one more example for loop, okay. So to find the odd or even numbers in here using a control flows, you know that what is control flow, that is if and else logic, okay. Here I'm going to give our here I'm going to get input from a user. So here you can type your text, enter the number or enter the number which you want to check even or not, okay. So you can give like this, okay. So in normally if you use input, it returns string data type. So if you want to change your if I need to get an integer value, you have to give like this, okay. You have to give int and open, then close parenthesis. Inside the int function, it can pass your input function, okay. So now I get int value from user. After that I'm going to give a for loop, and here I give I as a temporary variable, and then in now here I'm going to pass a, okay. Mm, here we want to change the limits, okay. Like from which value to which value, and if I want to print 100 to uh, 200 in between, I want to get an even values, I want to put even values, you can give like this, okay. So here I'm going to create one more input function for ending value, okay. Here I pass input, so give, here I'm going to give enter the maximum value or an n value, and here I'm going to change start value, okay. Then here you can use range function, okay. Inside the parenthesis now you can pass a comma b, okay. So after that the first I'll tell what is range. Range is similar to slicing, okay. So you can remember what is slicing. Slicing means we can grab a subsection, characters or a subtraction strings from list or a string. Okay, so you can grab two or more characters in string, and also you can grab two or more elements in string. Okay, so like slicing, here we have to give start and stop and step values. Okay, uh, it is same as range. Okay, in range here you can also give your start and step values. So instead of colons you have to give commas in range. Okay, so by the ending value, if I give 100, it prints only 99 from 99, and it don't print 100 because the value is up to 100 but not including that value. Okay, so uh, here the b value is 10 and a value is 0. It prints 0 from 9. Okay, so it is not included the include the 10. Okay, it is up to the 10. So it's same similar to slicing. Okay, if I want to print the exact value which I have given in b, so I'm going to change this. Just I have to add one more value in here. If I have b in b equal to 10, so simply it adds one, right? So we have a 11 in stop, 11 in stop position. Okay, so once again, so we have 11 in stop position if I have 1 in a and I have 10 in b. So in here we have 11, so it prints 1 to 10, right? So then I'm going to create a control flow for checking the given range is even or not. Okay, so here give like I'm going to pass I, then here I give 2, then equal 0, then indent notation inside the statement. I'm going to pass print even, because if you have a 0 remainder, the value is even. So if we get one or if we get one or any values in remainder, and it is odd number, right? So here I'm going to pass the I, then give comma, then I'll give space here. So and now I run this. The start value I'm going to give 12, and enter the end value I'm going to give 22. So it prints 12 is even, 14 is even, and 16 is even, 17 is even, and 20 is even, 22 is even. So now I get even numbers. So here I'm going to print odd number also with tagging of odd. Okay, so here I'm going to print I comma odd, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to print odd, then first I'll give some space, then so I'm going to run this. I get, so first I have to give the start value. Here I give 1, and then here I give 100. I get 1 to 100 values with tagging of what odd and even. Okay, so 1 is odd and 2 is even and 3 is odd and 100 is even. Okay, so uh, here I gave b equal to 100. So because it prints only 99 value, so I want to print 100. That's why I'm giving like this b plus 1. So totally in here, uh, uh, the b has 101, right? So b has 100 and plus 1, totally in position, in stop position, the range function has 101, and here we have 1, so it prints 1 to 100. Okay, so now I run this. So because here I have not passed anything in inside the range function, so I just passing the start and n value. So uh, and if I pass a and b, so it prints like same value I get. Okay, so I pass this. If I get 12 and 12, I won't get anything because it has no range between 12 and 12. Okay, then I'm going to print 12 and 22. I get what are the even numbers in 12 and 22 between them, and what are the odd numbers are between them. Okay, then I'll go with how to use tuples in for loop. Same, and tuples and list are same. The key difference is list are immutable and tuples are list are immutable. Sorry, list are mutable and tuples are immutable. So we can't change values in tuple, but we can change the elements in list. Okay, you can append the elements, you can insert an element, you can delete your element, you can reassign your element, but in tuple we can't do insertion and deletion and append, then updation also. Okay, so let's see how to work with tuples in for loop. Okay, so I'm going to open and close parenthesis. Inside the tuple, I am going to give 5 elements. Okay, then for I in A, here I just print I. Okay, I hit shift enter, it prints 1 to 5. That's all. Okay, so it the tuples are same as list. Okay, so here we have 5 values. The loop runs 5 times, and in list we have a 5 values. If you have 5 values, it runs 5 times. That's all. Okay, so then we'll go with uh, list and nested with tuples. So the list inside, I'm going to create a tuple pass 1 comma 2, then comma after that I'm going to give 2 comma 3 and comma and 3 comma 4 and comma 5 comma 6. Okay, so here I have created a list. Okay, so with the tuple pairs, and the 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 are tuple pairs which are inside the lists. Okay, so you can declare like this. Okay, so if now I'm going to iterate this a. So okay, so just I have give for I in A, then indent notation. After that, I have to print this. So here I give I. So here the tuple has one element, and this tuple is second element, and this tuple is third element, and this one is fourth element, right? So I run this, I get here we have error. Oh, okay. So you can see the for loop returns the tuple pairs 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Okay, so because these are the elements. Okay, the first tuple pair has an one element, and second tuple pair second element, third one is third, and fourth one is four. Okay, so Here I check length ln of a, it prints 4. Okay, so white delete this, I run. So okay, here I get 4 because the each tuple pair consider as a element in list. Okay, then uh, so you can separate them like we have an option called tuple unpacking. Okay, so there is tuple packed values, and now we are going to unpack them. Okay, so for unpacking here, you can pass a comma b. So what temporary variable you want, you can pass here. So here I'm going to pass a comma b. You can pass c comma d, or you can pass keys and items. Okay, so because we have two values in each tuple pair. Okay, so we have two values in each tuple pair. That's why I'm going to give here two temporary variables. Okay, so now I run this. So first I'll print a, so I get the a value which is left side in the tuple. Okay, so like 1 2 3 4, sorry, 3 and 5. Here you can see here, and here I'll print b. So the right side values are returned like 2 3 4 and 6. This is called tuple unpacking. Okay, so you can also uh, print like this. So I'll make on string. Here I give some extra spaces for understanding. Okay, so then here I'll give comma, then pass b. Okay, so the now the tuple has unpacked, then I'm going to print like this. Okay, so now I run this, I get 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Okay, so now if we have three values in tuples, you can give three temporary variables uh, while looping. Okay, so here I'm going to give c, then I'll copy this and give comma, then paste here, then I'll give c. So now I run this, I get three values are separated in a b c. Okay, so you can use a number of temporary variables. If you have 10 values or 10 elements in your tuple pairs, you can give here 10 temporary variables. Okay, so you can separate them, or technically it's called tuple unpacking technique. Okay, so next you can also use for loop to iterate your dictionaries. Okay, so normally you can see, or you know what is dictionary, right? So here I give d equal to some dictionary key value plus here. So then first I give k1 as a key, then give colon. After that you can give your value, then I'm going to create one more key and value pair. So k2, then colon, and give 1 2 3. So here I'm going to change 4 5 6. Okay, so after that I'm going to create one more like k3, then give colon. So after that no, 7 8 9 is the value for k3. Okay, so this is the dictionary. Okay, okay, so it has a dictionary value. Now I am going to iterate the dictionary value. So here I get for I in D, then you indentation. After that I'm going to print I. So now I run this, I get key values only, like k1, k2, k3. So if I want to print uh, key and value, okay, so the key value pairs, here I'm going to give, so d dot items. So okay, and this we have seen in dictionary class, like d dot items, what is d dot items, what is d dot keys, and what is d dot values. Okay, so d dot keys is used to print what are the keys d has or d having. Okay, the d dot items is using to um, print key and value pairs. Okay, so what are the keys are available in my dictionary, and what are the values are available in my dictionary. Okay, so you can give like this d dot items, then print I. Now you run this, you get your key and values, okay, in tuple form. Okay, so the for loop maximum returns tuple values. Okay, so you can get your dictionary in tuple form. So now you can unpack them. Here I'm going to give keys comma values. Okay, so I run this, I get uh, so yeah, I want to change this, right? So now I print keys. Okay, then I'm going to give values. I will run this, I get what are the values in dictionaries. Okay, so I'm going to type both, and here I want to separate them. So now I run this, I get K1 is 123 and K2 is 1456 and K3 is 789. Okay, so here we have separated the keys and values in separated temporary variables, right? Then next we'll go with while loops. Okay, so you have any doubts in for loop, please you can ask, I'll clear, I'll resolve the doubts. Okay, you have any doubts in for loop? Yochana, you have, do you have any doubts in for loop?
No, sir.
Okay, so next while loop. Okay, so so the while loop is like control flows, which we have seen if and else class. Okay, so here also we have we are going to pass comparison operators in while loop. Okay, if the condition is satisfied, the while loop has stopped. Okay, so here I give while, and x is just a variable, and here I'm going to give less than 5. Okay, if x is greater than 5, the while loop has stopped. Okay, so the while loop will runs from 4. So it has 4 loops, right? Because uh, x is less than 5. Okay, here I'm going to give print just x, right? So now I run this, it goes and it loops continuously. Okay, but because we have no stop functions in here, okay, you have to give a stop function. Okay, so then here I'm going to give x equal to x plus 1. Okay, so if I run this, first x has Here I give x equal to 1. Okay, so in first loop we have x equal 1, and second loop we have x equal 2. Because of this, okay, normally x has 1, and here I'm add one more value. Okay, so now we get 2, and the 2 is reassigned into x. Okay, so in each loop the x value has increasing. So when the x value is getting 5, the while loop has ended. Okay, so I run this. Now you can see, so the while loop runs 4 times, because 5 uh, so 5 is 5 if x equal 5 is not less than 5, right? So it is equal to 5. Okay, it is not less than 5. Okay, so that's why we are getting 1 to 4 values. Okay, and so we have else option in while loop. Okay, so if the condition is satisfied, the else condition will run. Okay, so here I am going to print x is greater or sorry, greater than 5 while loop has ended. Okay, just print this. So now I have run this. So first it will print 1 to 4. So then after that the x value is equal to 5. Then it prints like this: x is greater than 5 while loop has ended. Okay, so greater than 5, the while loop greater than or equal to 5, right? Because here I gave x less than 5, so it prints only 4 times, right? So now you can see, so it prints 4 times, and fifth loop the else statement has satisfied. So then it prints x is greater than or equal to 5. So the while loop has ended. Okay, and next we'll go with three important built-in functions in Python, that is break and continue, then pass. We will see what are these. Okay, so first we'll go with break. So the break is used to break your current loop. Like it means, so I'll explain. uh, for I in, so I give range I in 0, or here I will give 1 to 10. Okay, now I get 1 to 9 values, 9 iterations, right? So here I'll give, if I greater than 5, I'm going to break this. Okay, then here I print I. So uh, here we have a range function in 1 to 9. Then after that inside the for loop I'm going to create a control flow. So if I greater than 5, now uh, if the I is equal to 6, the if statement is true, as true, right? Then it will go inside the for if loop, if statement, and it breaks it. Okay, so I'll run this. Okay, it prints 1 to 5. So if I equal 6, it breaks the loop. Okay, so the break function only breaks which loop uh, is near to it. Okay, so if we have one more for loop, like Uh, so if the program is like this, okay, here we have two for loops, and we have break in this for loop, okay. So if I equal 6, then it breaks only this for loop, okay, which is near to the break statement, okay. It only prints this for loop, and it won't affect any functions or any values in this, okay. So it runs what range or what of elements in here, okay. So in a, okay, and then it only breaks first loop, okay. It won't affect here, right? Then okay, so break means it totally shut off your loop, okay. So after that it won't run anything. So here I gave 1 to 10, and if I greater than 5, if I equal 6, then the loop has breaked. That means the loop has ended. Here I have a 5 more remaining values, okay. But here I'll give I greater than 5. So when the I equal 6, it simply breaks the function, so break the loop, okay. It won't run if I equal 7, I equals 8, I equal 9, or I equal 10. It won't run anything, okay. So here I'm going to change 5 into 3. Now when I get 4, or yeah, if when I equal 4, so the loop has break, okay. So here you can see, so it prints 1 2 3. Now the I equal 4, right? It is fourth iteration. Then it goes here and breaks the loop. That's all, okay. Next we will see what is continue statement, okay. Sorry, continue function. Here I am going to change continue. So break and continue has the same logic, but logic means the continue also affects only the nearest for loop, right? So then here break is shut down the entire loop, okay. So if I if the condition is satisfied, uh, the break shut down your entire loop, but continue it cuts your next step. So it won't run the print function. Then it returns to your for loop, right? So here I'm going to run this. So okay, I will change 3, right? Now I run this. So if I equal 3, the continue statement, it not allowing to print or execute next line. So it simply returns your loop into for, okay. So loop into your header file. Here now here you can see, so first 1 and 2 has returned, and if I equal 3, it goes to here. So here the continue function has returned. So it won't allow to execute the next line, okay. So the print function is uh, not executed. So that's why the 3 has not written here, okay. Then it returns to the header file. After that, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9. So here I'm going to change 4. Now the 4 is not printed here. Okay, right? The 4 is not printed here. So if I change 4 into 5, I'll run this. The 5 is gone. And here I'm going to change 9 or 7. So now I run this, the 7 is gone because so in the continue statement, it don't allow, it is not allowing to run your next line. Okay, so not executes the next line, then it simply returns to your top. Okay, this is continue function, and we have one more built-in function. Okay, it is used to do if uh, I'm not giving any content in here. So now I run this, I get error. So here you can use pass function. Then I run this, it simply passes the statement and it goes to next line. Okay, so here I print passed it. Then here to give open and close parenthesis. Okay, so now I remove the pass. If I run this, I get error. Okay, so here I'm going to use pass. If I am using pass, it skips the statements which I have uh, wrongly typed, or I have not passed any statements in if or else. It simply passes the for an if classes. Then it prints the, it executes next line. Okay, it executes next line. Okay, that's all about break, continue, and pass. Okay, here the two functions are we are using mostly. One is break and continue. So the break and continue we will using in while and for loops in many times, or mostly we are using the break and continue only. So uh, pass is rare. Okay, so break and continue is important because in if you are using for and if you are using while loop, you have to use break and continue for some conditions. Okay, and guys, you have any doubt in break, continue, and pass? Harini, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
It is clear. Guys, if you have any doubts, please ask me. And because we are going to complete our second week, okay, by today or tomorrow, then uh, so we have to uh, we have more knowledge in Python basics, because in upcoming classes we are going to do some practical sessions, and we are going to do some beginner level projects, and then after that we'll go with SQL. SQL, some of guys I think knew that. Okay, that is database. SQL means structured query language. We will see what is SQL, and we'll do some couple of examples on SQL. Then after that, we have to, sorry, we will combining both SQL and Python to develop a project. Okay, so we will going to do that. Then after we'll do one project in Windows application and one project in web application, and also we will see what is API, then that kind of things in upcoming classes. So you should aware in your Python basics, and you should do a lot of practical and lot of homeworks in your Python basics. Okay, so if we strong in Python basics, okay, we will do any kind of project in Python, because so Python has variety of opportunities in out of the world. Okay, so if you know, if you guys know, or if you guys very well in Python basics, you can go with web development, you can go with Windows development, and you can go with artificial intelligence, machine learning, and embedded system. Okay, so we have a variety of opportunities. Okay, so please do homeworks, and if you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll meet in tomorrow. So we'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, thank you all.